here baling up some second cut. Didn't film anything yesterday. I changed the oil and filters and everything in this bucket tractor. Did some odds and ends. So did that yesterday, but today baling some hay. It's already 2 o'clock. I had to do some odds and ends again this morning, and I washed up the tractor because the windows were pretty dirty from all that straw dust. So got that done, and my uncle mowed some more second cut in this field on the far side. I'll show you that when we get over there, but doing the end row here, and then we're gonna start over here. My dad got this raked up, or starting to rake it up. He's back there. So doing that, and this stuff's lighter here, so hopefully it's drier. The stuff in front of this house is more alfalfa, and it's not quite as dry, so we're gonna skip that for now and do this because this is thinner in here and it's mainly just grass. So that's what we're doing anyways. But yeah, you can see how thin it is. You can see the ground in spots, but it is what it is. This year's been awfully dry, and there's a lot more clover in this than what we'd like, but it is what it is. Can't change the weather. So they got some rain. I don't know why they just put some rain in to, I think later on tonight. They didn't have anything, and now they put some in, so we'll see if we get any rain or not. But and then they got no rain, I think 3 or 4, I think about 4 days afterwards, so we'll see what happens. But we could definitely use some rain, but I'd like to get the hay picked up first. So yeah, but it's always something, it seems like, but we'll make do with what we got. So I'm just gonna keep baling here. I'll bale up this end row here, get it away from my dad so he can rake, and then I'll start back over where he's raking at now and start baling that up. So we'll keep going here and see what we can get done. I got all behind the house done. They're probably around the 350, 400 bales back there. I didn't check, but got that done, and having some problems with the twine breaking on when it goes to make or switch bundles of twine. It pulls the knots out. Well, we changed the twine, I don't know what they call them, but they're little eyelids of metal that the twine goes through to get into the needle and all that. Well, they had some pretty good grooves in them. I changed those last year also. Well, they got bad grooves in them again, so we changed them. Well, it's still doing it. Well, we're thinking the needles are real bad as well. So my dad got those ordered, and today's Thursday. I think he said they'll be here Saturday, so hopefully they get here, because it's annoying having to watch for that each time it switches bundles of twine, because it will break it. So hopefully get that. But we got that changed over anyways, or fixed the bales that broke. But yeah, we're also having problems with the hay being a little wet. Baled everything back there, that was pretty dry, but this stuff up here got a little more alfalfa and clover in it, and we cannot get that stuff to dry at all. So my uncle, he's going around raking the outside again, hopefully fluff it up a little bit and move it, get it to dry. But this stuff here ain't too bad. It's right around that 15 to 17 anyways. So gonna bale this up, and then I don't know, see, I guess what that is. But yeah, it's just it's awfully hot and humid, so not the best for making hay. And then my uncle mowed that stuff down today, and we're wondering if that was a good idea or not, because it's gonna be hot and humid for the next about the next 10 days it's supposed to be hot and humid, but there's a chance of rain, so not sure if we'll get that baled or not, but hopefully we do. It's a nice sunny day and it is got a little breeze to it, so should dry the hay out, but it just doesn't seem like it's doing it. But I don't know, we'll see what we can do. So I don't know what time it is yet, but we got the milk tester coming tonight, so we're trying to get this done before the milking, but everything's just working against us here, so it is what it is. We'll hopefully get her done, but I'm gonna keep going and see what we can do. Bit to go still tonight. I think it's around 6 o'clock, and we're gonna get these picked up. It won't take a whole lot of time, so they're just scattered out real far, because that's what with second cut you go a lot farther in between pickups, so takes a little bit extra time, but it is what it is. Gotta get it picked up. So we'll get them picked up. My brother, he usually picks up bales while I'm baling, but got the milk tester coming tonight, like I said, so he had some stuff he had to do. So yeah, didn't get anything picked up, which is fine, but we'll get her picked up here. I still got I don't know, about 50-60 bales to bale up that my uncle mowed the same time this was mowed, but it's around all the trees and everything, and it's not quite dry, so we decided to leave it for tonight. We'll come back and bale it in the morning, well, tomorrow sometime. Like I said, it's not a whole lot of bale, so not a big deal, but my uncle tedder the hay he mowed today. He'll tedder that tomorrow, hopefully get that dry, not tomorrow, but hopefully the next day, which will be Saturday, so hopefully either bale Saturday or Sunday. But it's just, I don't know, this weather just not helping us any, and it's getting hot and humid, so it's tough to get the hay to dry, but hopefully we can get her dried out. We had problems with the first cut in this field also being wet up along the trees, so second cut usually not any better, but we'll see. So we're just gonna get these picked up and hopefully not be too late tonight, but we'll get them picked up and put away. Again, the last two piles put on the wagon here, then we're gonna head for home. Got wagons, and then this wagon will be partially full. And we're just gonna leave it here because we'll need that. So we're just gonna take the one full one home tonight, and then we'll get the rest tomorrow. And yeah, we'll hopefully be able to bale that hay in a couple of days, but with this weather I wouldn't bet on it, so time will tell. But we're gonna head on home here and probably help them finish up milking and go from there. So I'll get you guys back out later. Well, it's almost 3 o'clock, but been out here baling for about a little over 30 minutes anyways. Got the outside rounds picked up along the trees there, that way the sun sets over there, so that stuff gets in the shade first. So baled that up first, and then I'm just going down and I'll cut across because there's short rounds along there, so I don't want to have to come all the way along there and do a lot more driving. So I'm just gonna bale down and then we'll get to the road and then cut across. But yeah, I did rake this stuff 2 rows together instead of 3 like we normally would, and it seems to help it dry out. It's drier today anyways, but I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there's a lot more wind today also, so that also could be a factor. But yeah, my dad, he just went home to grab some lunch, and my uncle's finishing raking. There's just a little bit more to do out here, and then when he gets back they'll start picking up bales. But yeah, it's definitely a lot better. The hay feels a lot drier this time, so hopefully we don't have any issues with them being wet or anything like that. But we'll hopefully get it all baled today. I'm figuring around that 900 bales, I'm thinking, but kind of hard to tell with second cut because it packs a lot differently than first cut does. So we'll see. But yeah, hopefully it don't take too long to bale this. Usually second cut don't. You can go a little faster through it anyways. So hopefully get done hopefully around that 5-6 o'clock time, somewhere around there. So yeah, but got a good little bit to do here, so we'll keep going and see what we can get done. Well, it's around 4:30 now, and I just have these rows left to do in this field, plus that one. It's a short one. And my dad and uncle are out here picking up bales. They got 1 wagon full, working on 2 more. I don't think we're gonna quite have as many as we were thinking, but yeah, there's still gonna be probably at least at 800 anyways. And I still got in between there's about, I don't know, probably about an acre on the other side, I guess it'd be. So still got that to do as well, so we'll still have a few bales left to do. But I got 3 more rows here, long rows, plus that one, so it won't be long at all to finish that up. And it's 4:30, so hopefully we get done within next I'll be done within an hour, and hopefully there'll be an hour and a half or so. But I'll probably take over for my dad once I get done baling, because he don't like picking up bales too much. So that's shouldn't be too much longer here, and hopefully get done. And it is all dry now. It's around that 15-16, which is perfect. So yeah, but got 2 more wagons over there if we need them, which we'll need 1 more anyways, I'd assume. So yeah, I haven't looked at the counter lately, but should have a few bales on here. So we'll just keep going here and get this finished up. grass here, and we'll go talk to my dad and uncle, see what they're gonna go do, if they're gonna keep picking up bales or if they want me to, and we'll go from there. But just got this last row here, then we'll check how many bales we got, and then we'll see what they're doing, and I'll either take this home or start picking up bales. So we'll get finished up here and see what's going on. Well, we're out on the skid loader. It's about 4 o'clock today. Hauled some wood this morning. Had was it 3 cords to go out, 2 cords to one person and 1 cord to another. So busy pretty well much all morning and some of the afternoon, but got that stuff all done and taken care of. And we got a little bit of rain, just enough to settle the dust for about an hour. And now, as you can see, it's sunny out. But this is a hay field we finished up I think two days ago, I believe. And before I took the skid loader out of here, I wanted to bush hog around here. There's a ditch that runs through here, and I'll show you once we get up to the entrance way why we're back in here gonna bush hog. It is awfully overgrown and it's just a mess. So my cousin, he owns this and we rent it from him, so yeah, we're just doing the maintenance on it. But yeah, there's a ditch that runs through here and it's just all overgrown. It'd be nice to clear it all with the excavator, but not spending that kind of money on it. I'm just gonna come in here, bush hog some stuff back, the tree limbs that are overgrown, and get all that taken care of, and get all the underbrush and stuff like that taken care of. So that's what we're gonna do. So got the old bush hog fired up here, make sure everything's good. So we'll get the bush hogging here. up, but I guess I did break off one of the limbs that was leaning way over. But we're gonna get this all cleaned up, get these limbs whacked back, and make this a little bit nicer going through here. Not a whole lot of big stuff in here, but there is a lot of just limbs. Like this tree here, this is a about 3-inch tree. Just whack it right off with this bush hog. If you guys don't remember, this is a Skid Pro standard flow bush hog, and it is extremely nice. I think it's supposed to cut up to 8-inch trees, and I've definitely cut up to that anyways, and it just keeps going, no problems at all. But as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it yet, but there's a ditch right in here. There's a culvert right ahead of us. All this stuff that we can see in here. Try mulching this up a little bit as I go also. If you tip this head down, you can get the blades, you can dig them right into the ground, so you can mulch this stuff up pretty good. Try not to go all the way into the dirt, of course, but you can mulch it up pretty good. And like some of this stuff, I just take it and push it out of the way. Don't want to fall into the ditch. Just dig this stuff and whack it off. But like this tree here, that one's way too big, of course, but we'll clean it up and whack off all the limbs. That way we can get more sunlight, and 2, you're not rubbing on them. So but this grass here, it's nothing for that. But this ditch kind of goes on an angle, so you got this little acre-ish piece in the back, and it's more or less a pain, but it is what it is. We'll get into here, and I'll show you guys more what we're working with here. This ditch runs on a angle along here, so we're just kind of gonna go along here and trim all this stuff back some. But like this stuff here, whatever I can bush hog off, that stuff all goes. But this tree might be a little too big at the base, so we'll just take the limbs off and then reach up and whack it off up high. It's a junk tree, so it won't take long for it to rot. But you just kind of get on it, just slowly push. And then we'll just push it over. keep going here and keep cleaning this field up. Well, got all done. Got the opening all opened up again. Got the other side of the ditch cleaned up as well. Got all this cleaned up. So we're gonna head on home. It took about an hour, so not too bad. But truck's right over there, so we'll head over there, get loaded up, and head it on home. Well, haven't filmed anything in a while. I had a couple jobs I was doing, running dozer and odds and ends, so haven't filmed nothing. But today is Saturday, and we're gonna round bale some hay. It's a little after 11 o'clock now, but my uncle, his son's getting, well, I guess he got married and now they're doing a party, so he's there today. So I gotta run the round baler. My dad, he's raking, so I gotta get the mower unhooked, get the round baler hooked up to this, and we'll go round bale. And then I didn't show you guys this, but got a new ripper. Well, new to us ripper. It's still probably a early 2000s something model. It's a Sunflower, I think a 4411 or something like that. We wanted this one because you can raise the front disc gangs and the rear disc gangs. That way, in like bean stubble, you can raise those up, get them out of the bean stubble, and just have basically an inline ripper. And then in corn stalks, you lower everything to chop up the residue. And all these are individual I guess disc blades instead of one solid gang like the old John Deere ripper we had. We had a 512 ripper, and we took that to an auction that'll be sold I think the end of August here. So yeah, but the worst part about this is we bought it sight unseen. My dad talked to a guy and seemed like a pretty honest guy and said it had no cracks or nothing. And we get it here, and that was the first one I noticed. And yeah, this here, that was welded up. The other side's new, and then I went underneath this and there's a bunch of cracks on it. So one of these days I gotta get this in the shop, grind out a bunch of cracks, and re-weld this thing up. And there's some worse things than others, but we'll get her welded up. It's just a guy told my dad that it had no cracks or welds, and he even said he looked at it, and yeah, it's definitely not in the best of shape, but about a day's worth I should be able to get it all fixed up. It's just something didn't want to have to do when we bought it, but it is what it is. We like it a lot better design wise, so hopefully can get her welded up and get to using it. But yeah, so that's that. And then I don't think I ever showed you guys, but got two semis there. Those are later projects. Might get to them this winter, might not, I don't know, but show you guys more of them later. But yeah, right now I probably should get the round baler hooked up here, because my dad, he went to go rake a little while ago, so he's got to get a little bit ahead of me, but we'll get going here. So we'll get this thing unhooked, hooked to the round baler, and head out. made it to the field. This is that really hilly piece, and it sucks doing anything on it, but we're here. So my dad's got the 3 outside rows raked up. I don't know where he's at, but he should be starting on the other. Well, I guess he raked that up over there too, so I'm not too sure where he's at. But we're gonna start baling the inside row, that way he can start raking the middle without any issues, so he don't have to run over the rows or nothing. But it's gonna be interesting. This is my first time really round baling a whole bunch, so we'll see how this goes on hill. But yeah, they'll all wind up in the bottom anyways, so I just don't want them going into the neighbor's bean field. So yeah, we'll see what we can do, but I gotta get this all set up and then we'll start baling. So got everything set up, I think, so we'll get the round baling. See how this goes anyways. Like I said, this isn't a very fun place to do, so we'll see how all this pans out. This round baler is a year old now, and yeah, it's still trying to get used to it. It bales a lot different than the old New Holland we had. It's not, it doesn't feed in as nicely because the round baler doesn't have augers to feed it in to the pickup, so you gotta weave a lot more to get a nice even bale, which sucks, but it's just something else to get used to, and we're getting used to it. But it's tough to get used to it because you gotta weave a lot more than the old one did. But yeah, we're getting there anyways. Gonna do is try putting everything in a flat spot here. Hopefully everything stays on the level. Doing all these end rows first. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's a pretty good side hill, and I don't care too much for it, but gotta be done. This would be perfect ground to throw some animals out on because it's nothing but a big knob. And it's not the smoothest either. beeps at you all the time too, which don't like that, but it is what it is. But we switched from twine to net wrap since we got this baler. The New Holland we had was just twine, and it made pretty good bales out of it, but this one will not do twine. It makes a really bad bale, so we had to go solely net wrap. But it's a lot faster doing net wrap, but it costs a lot more, and we usually keep all our round bales in the shed anyway, so it doesn't really matter to us about twine. But I don't know, everyone's going to that, so it's a lot harder to make a perfect bale with this baler. This baler will handle a lot more hay than the old New Holland would. You can stuff this one a lot more, it seems like, and not get it to plug up or not take it. So I guess that's a plus. We've got almost 1,000 bales on this, so don't have a whole lot of time in it, but got a good little bit anyways. It does make a good bale when you can get it nice and even, but like I said, it's just tough to make a lot better bales because it's something different. Jump over to the outside row, that way I can dump this bale and not be in the way. We had a nice flat level field. We can bale a lot of hay with this thing fast. Do like the 2 outside rows, get those baled off, so then I can dump my bales and try keeping them out of the other windrows or the neighbors. But it's kind of tough to do that when it's all hills. Up in the windrow, I got bales, so we'll get that out when we come back. But we'll just keep baling here. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll try to anyways, because it's a little tough in this field, but I'll do my best. So we'll keep going here and see what we can get done. Well, we're in the back piece here. It's a really messed up little triangular piece, but like I was telling you, it's all downhill, so all the round bales tend to go in one spot. You can see they kind of get away from you in spots, but yeah, there's a big washout through here. This is a very steep ravine or hill that was a little interesting doing that, but get up over here. My dad's got to rake this stuff up still because I had to bale off all the end rows and that, but we're over 30, I think we're almost at 40 bales now, and this side we're almost done with. Don't have a whole lot, because once you do the end rows, there's not a whole lot in here. But my dad, he's still raking over there, and that's where we first started. But he's almost done with that. I'll jump over there. I guess I'm done over here. But my brother, he's right there picking up the round bales. That way, hopefully get this going here, and won't be out here all day tomorrow, because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll see. But I did have one bale get away from me. I got into the bean field. Well, you can see that rolled down in there, and yeah, just awfully hilly, fun piece in here, but and it's rough. But we're getting there, so I'm gonna get back on the other side where my dad's at and start baling over there. I just dumped a bale, so I'll show you guys, or try to, how this works. So this is the round baler monitor. These are the planter monitors, so not relevant to this. But this monitor here, how it's got the, I think the camera picks that up, got the 2 marks. You got to keep those pretty consistent, or anyways, when it's about full, you want it consistent. It'll go up here pretty soon. There it goes. And down at the bottom tells you how big the bale is, and then you got to just kind of match that up. And I think they go to 58 inches. So you want to get those. See how the one side is going up now. I'm trying to weave in videos, not the easiest here, but you want to get those relevantly even, and once it gets full, you want it even as possible. That way they make nice round bales. It beeps once it gets at 54 inches, and we gotta get over a little. Then at 58, it'll auto wrap, and it won't take too long. Tells you to open it, and then you just pull your lever, door comes open, round bale goes out, close the door, that bottom number, now you can go, and then you take off, and then you start the whole process over again. And you kind of want to just keep weaving back and forth and get it, you know, as level or as even as possible. And yeah, once you get that all going, you just kind of watch that. You don't really watch a whole lot of where you're going, because that monitor tells you basically where you got to be and all that. I figured out that you got to kind of, I don't know if this is just slow or what, but once they get about even, that's when I start going back to the other side, because then it'll spike it way up if you don't. So yeah, that's basically that. But this is kind of tough doing this, not the best of fields to be doing it on this video, but you can see how much of a straight up hill this is. So I'm gonna get back to focusing on baling so I don't screw anything up, but that's that. So we don't have a whole lot here to do, and then we'll jump back over to the other side. But it takes a lot longer on these hills than flat ground, but we're still running around 4 to 5 miles an hour and not having any issues. So I'll get back here and see how much more we can get done here. Well, we wound up with 81 round bales, so not too bad. We were hoping for 100, but them hills and stuff, kind of hard to judge, and plus the hills didn't have a whole lot since it's been so dry. But got the baler in the shed, supposed to rain some, so we'll see. But it's 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna grab some something to eat real quick and then go milk. So I'll get you guys back out later.